Welcome back. In this video, you'll learn how to apply in and out transitions to dozens of clips in just one click. Ready? Let's begin. For our purpose, we'll need to create templates. First, let's build a fade-in template. We'll use text for our example, but remember that it works with any object on your timeline. So add your text to the scene, then double-click to enter it. Here, from the Video Effects menu, go to Transparency and add a fade-in effect. Now the crucial part is in the effect's properties. We have two settings with the same name, lock to parent duration. The first one is under the object creation time, and the second one is under the object drawing duration. For a fade-in at the very start of a clip, we need to set both of these to no. Why? Because it locks the effect to the beginning and keeps its length fixed, no matter how long your final clip is. It's the foundation of a reliable template. Next, for a more graceful fade, right-click the icon with the line next to the transparency option and select a more smoothing option. Now let's add a shift effect from the Video Effects Transforms. Set its duration to match the fade-in effect. Make sure both lock to parent duration properties for these effects are also set to no. Then set clipping mode to without clipping and coordinate type to relative coordinates. Set the X offset to 0, then expand the Y property and set the initial value to 20 and the final value to 0. Then also add an animation preset via the key editor to make the animation more interesting. Since the Y parameter changes from a larger to a smaller value, hold the Ctrl key when selecting the preset. If you are creating a template for text, you can also add letter animations similar to the previous effects. It will only work on text objects. Time to save this as a template. Select all the effects on the timeline and go to the Templates window. Create a folder and a template inside it. Then open its settings and, importantly, check the Use Template Duration box. Do not forget it.
Use template duration. Don't forget it!
It will preserve the duration of the effect layers and prevent them from stretching when applied. Let's test how it works. Create several objects of different durations. Select them and drag the template onto the scene. It is important to drag it onto the scene. In this case, the template will be applied to all selected files on the timeline, and the transition duration will be the same everywhere. Great! Now we move on to creating a fade-out transition. Copy the effects and place them at the end of the object on the timeline. Select all the effects at the end and go to the Properties window. For an end transition, you'll need to set both lock to parent duration properties to Yes. The first property controls the left edge. When enabled, the left edge will move when the parent's duration changes. The second edge controls the right edge, and the Yes mode will allow the right edge to move as well. Since we selected all the effects at the end, they all changed modes simultaneously. We need to invert all the effects. For the transparency effect, select the template while holding the Ctrl key. For the shift effect, select it without Ctrl. And for the text effect, use the Ctrl key. To avoid confusion, remember, the Ctrl key inverts the preset curve. After that, select these effects and create a new template. Importantly, go to its settings and select the Use as a Transition mode. Also, the Use Template Duration mode should be enabled. The Use as a Transition mode will place the transition at the very end by default, and the Use Template Duration mode will preserve the current duration of the effects. Great! Now you can select the necessary objects on the timeline, then choose one template or a group of templates using the Shift key and drag the templates onto the scene. As a result, they will be applied to all files. But if you want to create a single template with both transitions, there is a very simple solution. Just select all the effects and create a template. Go to its settings and uncheck both Use as a transition and Use template duration. That's all. Now you know everything about fade-in and fade-out effects and how to apply them to multiple objects at once. Stay with us to learn even more interesting things about VSDC.